Here's more wrestling news for September 24th, 2022, and we're kicking off this afternoon with Smackdown, as there was a backstage segment on last night's show between Hit Row and the Street Profits, but it's what happened behind the superstars that has had fans talking. Between B-Fab and Montez Ford, a QR code could be spotted, and when scanned, fans were taken to a White Rabbit maze game. Beating the game, the White Rabbit travels through a door, with the final screen showing a series of coordinates, which leads fans to the Rogers Place Arena in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The arena will play host to next week's Raw, where we will hopefully get another tease as to who or what the White Rabbit is. While the popular theory is that this is building to the return of Bray Wyatt, WWE hasn't confirmed that yet, so we'll have to wait and see what's in store during next week's Raw. This QR code was the latest tease of the White Rabbit to make it to WWE TV, but it wasn't the only tease during last night's Smackdown. During a commercial break, WWE played the White Rabbit song by Jefferson Airplane and, like before, used ominous red lighting that made fans think of Wyatt. Fans were quick to share footage of this incident on social media, sharing their belief that this is all building to the return of The Fiend. Wyatt's return would certainly be a big win for WWE, who are hoping to keep him away from AEW, so we'll just have to keep waiting on whoever the White Rabbit is. Bray Wyatt's on-screen return to WWE may be a matter of days away, but he'd just be the latest name to return. Since Triple H took over as head of talent relations, several former employees have returned, including Dexter Lumis, Johnny Gargano, and others, and now a name from backstage is back. According to PW Insider, Gabe Sapolsky is back with WWE and will be working on creative after being released in January this year. Sapolsky was one of several people released in January, all of whom had either been hired by Triple H or had worked closely with him in NXT. Before coming to WWE, Sapolsky co-founded Ring of Honor and was the sole founder of Evolve, in addition to working several other creative roles, and he's bringing his decades of experience back to WWE. In late 1997, Shawn Michaels and Hunter Hearst Helmsley began teaming together on screen and would soon enlist the likes of Chyna and ravishing Rick Rude. Before long, D-Generation X was born, and while Chyna and Rude are no longer with us, the group is set to reunite soon. It's been confirmed that on the October 10th episode of Raw, DX will return to celebrate their 25th anniversary, but it has not been confirmed who exactly will represent the group. It's a safe bet that Triple H and Shawn Michaels will be on the show, and we imagine Road Dogg, who was rehired by WWE in August, as well as X-Pac, will also be on the show. DX, like the NWO, ushered in a new era of wrestling where heels were so cool that fans often preferred them to the babyfaces, and the iconic group will ride again next month. After AEW All Out, CM Punk had some fiery comments for several members of the AEW roster, resulting in a backstage fight breaking out between Punk and his trainer Ace Steel against the Elite. Everyone has been suspended for their roles in the fight, and there's now been an update on what exactly happened. On Wrestling Observer Live, Bryan Alvarez addressed the conflicting reports about who really started the fight and how CM Punk's side are backing down. There really aren't two sides of the story anymore. There were two sides of the story for a while, but now pretty much both sides agree that CM Punk threw the first punch. The Punk side has backed off the kicking the door down thing. It had been previously claimed that the Bucks had kicked the door down and that Punk was merely defending himself and others in the room. Now we know that isn't the case, and the report from Alvarez also noted how the Bucks didn't go in there to fight, but went in with their head of legal, Mega Parek, and head of talent relations, Christopher Daniels. The big question now, though, is were the Bucks aggressive when they entered the room, and was Punk in fear for his safety, or did he just start punching? Alvarez joined the now many names who believe that CM Punk's days at AEW are over, and we'll have to keep following to see what happens next. All Out also saw the return of MJF to AEW programming as the Joker in the Casino Battle Royal, earning himself a shot at the AEW World title, but that's not all he's earned. MJF's return to TV came after a 3-month hiatus, following some explosive comments on the June 1st Dynamite, which played on some of MJF's real issues with AEW. One sore spot for the Salt of the Earth is how he was being underpaid, especially considering the ex-WWE names who had done much less than him in AEW. This week, MJF told Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour that he has a new deal with AEW without a contract extension. Now, the Wrestling Observer newsletter has provided a figure on this new deal, saying that MJF is now earning over $1 million per year from AEW. MJF's contract is still set to expire on January 1st, 2024, and the Salt of the Earth has said that he will go with whoever provides the best deal, so WWE will now have to cough up over $1 million to even get a chance at winning him over. At AEW Dynamite Grand Slam, Saraya made her debut for the promotion to a thunderous ovation from the fans at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Saraya hadn't wrestled for WWE in years, as the company didn't want to medically clear her due to her neck issues, but that may still be the case in AEW. Despite several fans already pitching matches for the former Paige in AEW, the Wrestling Observer newsletter notes how in a very recent evaluation of her condition, Saraya was not cleared to compete. It was also pointed out that when she made her AEW debut, nobody attacked her, and she didn't attack anybody, another sign that she is not ready to get back in the ring. Saraya will be getting in the ring in October for her family promotion's Frightmare event, but that'll be as the guest referee for a match between her brothers Roy Knight and Zack Zodiac. The former Divas champion earned a huge ovation upon her debut, but now the job is to follow up on that momentum, a task that'll be easier said than done if she's still not cleared to wrestle. And we're ending today with some departure news, as Bobby Fish recently finished up with AEW after he and the company couldn't come to terms over a new deal. Fish's contract expired last month, less than a year after he signed with AEW, but it appears that he didn't want to go alone. That's according to Ryan Fredericks of the Wrestling Observer, who reported on the site's forum page that Fish spoke to Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and asked both men to request their releases from the promotion. Fish is said to have wanted all three men to leave together and planned to return to WWE, believing they would have a better chance on the main roster now with Triple H in charge of creative. Both Cole and O'Reilly told Fish that they wouldn't make the request, and even if they had, it's unlikely Tony Khan would have planned on releasing either man. Fish's plans for a WWE return have fallen through, as he instead debuted at Impact Wrestling's Victory Road event last night and had an in-ring brawl with Mahabali Shera and Raj Singh. Now Bobby Fish will have to go ahead on his own, as Cole and O'Reilly, despite both being out with an injury, are happy with their roles in AEW. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.